everyone, my name is Liam Green. I am a second-year master's student studying microplastics, plastic-associated chemicals, and environmental chemistry here at the Virginia Institute of Marine Science. I'm the creator of the lesson plan titled Microplastic Mayhem. In this lesson plan, your students are going to learn about how microplastics are formed and how good waste management practices can reduce their impact on the environment. We start the lesson by introducing plastic pollution as a major issue. Within the lesson PowerPoint, you'll find slides describing the scale of the issue. We then transition to what microplastics are and how they're formed. This part is going to require a little bit of chemistry, but nothing too complex. We then transition to a solution-oriented direction. What can we do to help? Here, I emphasize that keeping plastic away from high-energy environmental processes will reduce the amount of microplastics fragmenting from our waste. And now we get to the main event. Microplastic Mayhem is a card game where students are trying to keep their plastic from fragmenting so they can become the pollution prevention champion. In this game, the students will be exposed to our two major ideas, our environmental weathering and waste management. Students should be organized into groups of 4 to 5 players. We set up the game by placing the plastic factory, landfill, the environment board, and the starting deck in the center of the table. Every student starts with a small cup containing 10 beans that represent their whole plastic. Each player begins with one card in hand. On your turn, you will draw a card from the center deck and choose between your two cards to play on yourself or one of your peers. Once each student has played 2 cards, the round is over. On your worksheet, record the total number of microplastics in the environment zone and how many microplastics you shed this round. Then, refill your individual cup back to 10 microplastics, shuffle the discards back into the center deck, and wait for the mayor to give you some special news. The game is designed to be played in 4 rounds. In each consecutive round, the mayor or the teacher enacts a new policy and introduces waste management cards into the mix. The students will take these cards and mix them into the center deck and start the next round. These new waste management cards have special rules that protect your plastic, clean up the environment, or introduce recycling mechanics. I would highly encourage your students to read aloud each card as they play them. On each card, the student will learn about different forms of environmental degradation or a new waste management strategy. Once the game is finished, each group will designate a pollution prevention champion, or the student that fragmented the fewest number of microplastics throughout the game. Then, the group will graph their collectively generated data on a template located on the provided worksheet. As the plastic is not removed from the environment, we should expect to see a graph that looks kind of like this, where the plastic slowly decreases in the environment over the course of the game. Then, you'll see some thought-provoking questions on the back of the worksheet. All in all, this lesson should take anywhere from 75 minutes to 120 minutes, depending on how in-depth you go into the background and how long it takes your students to get through the game. If you need to save some time, you could always have the students complete the worksheet as homework. You'll find some more information about my lesson in the lesson plan found on the Virginia Sea website. There, I outline this lesson's standards of learning, setup instructions, and some more background information about plastic pollution. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you and your classroom enjoy Microplastic Mayhem.